Hello Balloon World, I'm Michael Flood, your balloon twister, and this time I want to teach you how to make a rainbow. This is a really easy design. It uses 5 balloons, and anybody can make it. Let me show you how. For this design, you'll need 2 white 260s for the cloud, a yellow 260, a red 260, and a blue 260 for the colors in the rainbow. You can use more colors than that, but I'm just going to stick with 3. First, we're going to inflate the colors of the rainbow. Get your 260 balloons and inflate them all the way. Make sure to let out a little air before you tie it. Give it a good squeeze and a stretch. Now that we have the red one, let's do the other 2. Now that we have the colors of the rainbow inflated, get your white 260s to make the cloud, but keep these handy. Inflate both white 260s about halfway. Let them out and tie. Give them a squeeze and a stretch. You're going to want them both inflated at the same time. Take one of your white 260s and make a large flower petal, maybe about 3 inches across. Take that knot, push it through the center to keep it from coming undone on us. Now we're going to take the other knot, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to wrap it around and push it through the center. So now these shouldn't come apart. Now get the red balloon that you inflated already. Because we let some air out and stretched it, it should be really soft. We're going to twist one small bubble right on the end, and we're going to twist that right here into this flower petal. To make sure it doesn't come undone, go ahead and switch it with one of the white balloons a couple of times. We want one of the red bubbles to be on top and the rest of the red balloon to be on the bottom. We're going to make 2 small bubbles, each about the same diameter as the 260. And we're going to twist those together. So you should have something that looks like that. Now get the yellow balloon, and just like we did with the red balloon, we're going to twist a small 1-inch bubble off the end. And we're going to twist that seam there into this new seam that we just made. Twist them around a couple of times, and then alternate the yellow balloon with one of the white balloons so it locks it into place. You want the small bubble on top and the rest of the balloon on the bottom. Now we repeat that one more time for the blue balloon. Twist 1-inch bubbles on each of the white balloons. There we go. Twist these seams here together. And then get the blue balloon and twist one bubble right here on the end, 1 inch. Twist it right here into this seam. And then alternate it with one of the white balloons. Making sure that the little bubble is here on top with the rest of the balloon being on bottom. So you can already see these bubbles here are adding space in between these so that way they lay nice and flat against each other. That's what we want. Now we get to decide how much cloud there is in between the start of the rainbow and the end of the rainbow. I recommend about 6 inches. So go ahead and give it a squeeze so it's nice and soft, and twist the section about 6 inches. You're going to twist the blue balloon into this seam here, and we don't want to use the whole blue balloon because that means the red balloon is not going to be long enough to reach all the way over to the spot that we need to twist it into. So make a small loop. Use only about, 1/3 of the balloon is what I recommend. So I'm going to twist it right there. I got my seam. I'm only using about 1/3 of the balloon. I'm going to twist it into that seam. And just like we did before, I'm going to alternate the blue balloon with one of the white balloons. And now the rest of the blue balloon is pointing up, and you can see I have this arch here on the bottom. I'm making this upside down because it's a little easier to handle this way for me. I'm going to do this again. Make 2 bubbles, each about the width of a 260. And I get to twist them together. And then I take the next balloon, which is the yellow one. Now comes a bit of a tricky part. I have to make sure this is just tight enough to where it reaches over to where those 2 bubbles are, but not so tight that there's not room for the blue balloon to be inside of it. This takes a little practice, but I believe in you, you can do it. When in doubt, make it a little bit too big rather than too small. And then I alternate the yellow balloon with the other one of the white ones. Have the rest of the yellow balloon point up. So you can see right there, the yellow balloon is fitting nice and snugly on there. It might be a tad too big, but that's okay. And we do the same thing with the red one. We're going to twist 2 more bubbles, each about the width of a 260. And we twist those together. Then we take the 260 of the red. There we go. And we want to wrap it all the way around the yellow one. Once again, better to be too big than too small. Twist it there. We're going to twist it right here into this seam of the white balloon. And then alternate one of the white balloons with the red balloon. So as you can see, now we already have, for the most part, our rainbow. If you have too much space, like I do have here with the red, one of the things you can do is put it against your chest, flatten it out a little bit, try to square it off just a tad, and this will take up some of that space to make it fit a little bit snugger on the sides. This does take a little bit of practice, but I like this rainbow. It's pretty quick once you get it down. But we're not done yet. We got to make the other side of the cloud. We're going to take one of the balloons of the white, give it a stretch and a squeeze, making sure it's soft. Make another large 3-inch flower petal. And go ahead and twist those in there nice and tight. And now we get to clean it up. The rest of these 2 white balloons we don't need, so we can break them off, but leave plenty of slack so you can tie a knot. So there's one white balloon. There's the other one. I can take those 2 pieces there and then tie a knot together so they don't come undone. With these ones here, we want to leave a little bubble like we did on the other side. That way it balances it out. So I'm going to twist a small bubble and then go up higher and break it off, leaving plenty of slack so I can tie a knot. And then I remove the excess slack. Just like that. This is a little tricky. This is more advanced, I know. But trust me, you can do this. It's not that hard. One more for the yellow one. Twist it off so I have slack. Tie a knot. And then remove the excess slack. Now for the blue balloon. Twist my bubble. Break it off higher. Tie a knot. And remove the slack. You can do the same thing with the white ones. Once you have the knot, feel free to remove any excess slack. Now it might be a little wonky. I know mine came out a little wonky. That's okay. You can straighten it up a little bit. Fussing with it a little bit is totally okay. You can also use your chest as a board to sort of flatten it out. But there we go, one rainbow made out of only 5 balloons. How cool is that? Now I know we only used 3 colors, and you can use as many colors as you want. But for each additional color you add, it will get more difficult to keep them nice and straight. So play with it and let me see what you can do. Well, that's it for this video, guys. As always, if you enjoyed it, click that thumbs up button, and I'll see you back here next Monday with a brand new balloon animal lesson. I'm Michael Floyd, your balloon twister. Remember, you can make anything out of balloons, even a rainbow.